Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or on Instagram at justkeepswimming_podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr. 13, dropping hot beats for the city as always. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I had a pretty interesting topic to talk about. I thought all my topics are interesting, so I'm always going to say that. But today's topic is going to be, you can't please them all. So recently I had a field trip to Shark Reef with the students, and then went to John's Incredible Pizza. And I thought it was a really cool idea for a field trip. Majority of everybody liked it in one way or another, whether it was where we actually went, or was it actually the food that we got to eat, or just the opportunity to be out of school for a day. Like everybody enjoyed it and had a good time. But it was just funny as going through the field trip on how many people showed that, not that they weren't displeased, but they just weren't as excited as they thought they were going to be, or as I thought they were going to be, So a prime example was at Shark Reef. I know one student, they were just kind of walking around looking like it was just all so blah, and I was like, you're not excited to be here? You're not having fun? They're like, oh no, I'm glad to be here. It's just, I've been here a lot of times, so it's nothing new to me at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, I truly understand. Well, we're glad you're here still. I'm glad you made it to us. And then we went to John's Incredible Pizza. It was interesting because I gave all the kids their game cards so they can go and have some fun and play some games. And while I was sitting there was one student that was just sitting there by herself, a whole different student, that at Shark Reef, she was actually excited, asking a lot of questions and stuff. But then when we got to John's Incredible Pizza, she was like, she doesn't really like to go out and play games or nothing like that. She'd rather just sit there and read her book, or I think she was watching a video on the phone or something like that. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, this is your game card. You're welcome to go play if you want to. You don't have to, but just know that you earned this. This is an opportunity for you. So you don't have to go play if you don't want to, but just let you know that the opportunity is there for you if you want to do it, And it kind of just had me a little puzzled because, this was a 7th grade student, actually, not an 8th grader or a 9th grader. This was one of the younger ones. And it seemed like all the other younger students were beyond excited to be at John's, like they ate food as fast as they could. And then after they ate the food, they was already out there playing so fast. And it was just kind of interesting of like, why does this one student not want to do this, But at the same time, it's to the point where I had to tell myself, you can't please everybody, you can do the best you can go all out, but at some point, some people are going to be disappointed, or they're not going to like what happened. They don't like what's new, they like it the old way, or whatever the shape may be, and it's kind of like, you can't always do everything to please everybody, but you can try to do everything you can to make yourself feel satisfied and pleased. Definitely if you did the best that you could in the situation that you did, So another story that happened recently. we had our family Christmas party with my dad's side of the family, and I kind of redid the mac and cheese a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, it was fire, yo. Like, I thought I killed that mac and cheese. I'm not a big mac and cheese eater. I usually do it for my nieces because I know they like it, but I killed the mac and cheese, you know. But they didn't like what I did with the mac and cheese. They didn't like that I added some jalapenos to it to try to give it a little more flavor. And it wasn't spicy at all. It was just a little different from what they were used to. And they didn't like it. Like, so my younger nieces, they didn't like it. But all the adults, they loved it. They said it was fire. They made sure they took some home with them because it was just something different they never had before, you know. And it was just kind of like, all I can do, I did the best I could. It's no point in me stressing about, oh man, they're not liking it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I can't please everybody, you know. Sadly, the younger people didn't like it, but all the older people did it. And I'm just glad somebody likes it in general. You know, if everybody didn't like it, then that's a different story. But it seems like only some people had an opinion on it because they didn't like it changed. They wanted the old way. And they didn't say it was nasty. It just wasn't what they were used to, you know. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, you know. And unfortunately, I'll make sure to do it that way next time, but this time's a little different. But I can't please all you guys, you know. I can't please every single person in this house. You know, I'm dealing with the schools. You know, some admins want stuff to happen this way. Some admins want stuff to happen that way. Some admins don't complain at all and they think everything is fine. Other admins have an issue with everything. And it's like, I can go as smooth as possible, but I can't please every single person here at this school, you know. Like, we had a great presentation for the 8th graders. They all learned so much. I even recorded a video of one of the students really reflecting really well about the event that they had. And it seemed like everybody enjoyed it. The principal even walked in during the presentation. It was like, you're doing a good thing here. And then after the presentation, I get an email from an assistant principal saying that a teacher was complaining about me moving students out of class during as they say, a critical time of the year. And it's like, I understand it, you know, but at the same time, what do you want me to do? Like, if I sit here and try to schedule everything around every single teacher, about every single plan the school has, I will never get no work done because I can't move like that. Everybody always has something going on, you know? And there's a lot of times where teachers have nothing going on. They're like, oh, this is a perfect day to pull the student, take them, go ahead and go. There's other times where teachers are like, no, this is a terrible time, this is a test time, blah, 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 blah. You shouldn't be removing students today anyway. And it's like they have a whole attitude at me or the whole school or whatever the case may be. And it's like, okay, I understand, you know, the student can stay here. I understand that I can't please everybody. I'm just here to do my job and do the best I can with the skills and the knowledge and the resources that I have, you know, but I can't make everybody feel, you know, I can't cater to every single body, because if I try to cater to everybody, nothing would get done, you know. We'll be sitting here spinning our circles because side A is always going to be mad that side B is doing this, and side C is going to be mad about side B, and side A is going to be mad about, and it's going to be just a constant circle, a constant headache, you know. So it's like, let's not try to please everybody, but let's just do the best that we can, you know. And my second thought is always, you know, let's try to please the one that's above us, you know, the one that's a little higher, a few steps ahead, the one that has the best approval, you know. A lot of teachers and stuff, yes, we may be doing different jobs, but I kind of consider us on the same level, consider up to when it comes to, you know, the principal and assistant principal. When the principal and assistant principal say something, okay, yeah, let me make sure I listen and abide by what they have to go on. But if the assistant principal ain't tripping, then I don't have time to trip because, or I don't have time to stress or nothing like that because the higher up isn't tripping. I'm not gonna get upset about somebody at the same level as me getting upset about something, or even somebody lower than me getting upset about something. Like, yes, I love my nieces. I want to please my nieces. You know, I want to make sure they're happy and be the best uncle I can for them. But at the same time, that mac and cheese was so fire and everybody loved it. And it's like, it was literally like 3 people that didn't like it. I'm sorry y'all didn't like it that much, but it is okay. You know, everybody else enjoyed it. And at the end of the day, you had multiple plates of it anyway, so it couldn't have been that bad. You just didn't want something different. And maybe next time I just won't tell them I put jalapenos in it. But hey, that's a whole different story for another time. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's like my mindset for today. You can't please everybody. Everybody wants something. Everybody desires something for you. And you're only one person. You're only one man, one woman. And there's only so much you can actually do with all the time in the world that you have, with the resources you have, with the energy you have. So it's like, yes, you can pick and choose who you're trying to please, but if you're giving your all and they're still not pleased, you have to let them be upset then, let them go. I'm currently reading a great book right now called The Let Them Theory. I want to talk about that on another episode, so we'll come back to that. But one thing that they really talk about is just letting go, just letting go, doing what you can. But if somebody doesn't accept it, somebody doesn't want it, somebody doesn't like it, it's like, okay, whatever, I understand. You have the choice, you have the opportunity and the choice to have your opinion, and I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you have your opinion, but I'm not gonna let you ruin my happiness, my joy, the fun that I'm having right now by doing what I'm doing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of what I wanted to get across today. You can't please everybody, so you might as well just go out there, try to please yourself. Yes, serve others. Yes, give back to the world, but just know you can't please everybody. I'm pretty sure there's people that go to soup kitchens, to make themselves feel good, and somebody there is probably upset about the food they're serving today, and they complain about it, and it's like, yeah, I feel your complaint, I understand your complaint, I hear your complaint, but there's nothing I can do to change this right now, and I'm not about to let your complaining, your issues about what I just did or what I'm doing right now really affect me, because I'm helping out so many other people, and I'm not gonna let one bad cookie ruin the whole bunch. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that resonated with you guys today. It's the end of the year right now. We're in the last month of the year, so let's make sure we enjoy our time with our family, our loved ones, and let's make sure that we start to game plan for next year. Let's try to, one, reflect off of what this year has brought, and two, get ready for what next year is going to bring as well. That's actually what I've been working on, and we're going to talk more about that in our next few episodes, so I'll make sure to share more information about that with you guys for sure. But yes, with all that being said, I always just want to end this by saying, do the best you can. You're not a superhero, you don't have super speed, you don't have super strength, you can't do everything in the world. So please the ones that you truly want to please, and do the best you can. But if they're not pleased, it's okay. As long as you did something out the goodness of your heart and you feel good about what you did, keep doing that. Keep doing the good, keep doing what you have to do to make yourself feel better, because we can't please the whole world, everybody. But yes, so we hope you guys have a great day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and remember to just keep swimming.